Nobody has ever truly seen the real face of Jesus. You've probably come across near-death experiences where people describe him. Some say he looked Middle Eastern. Others say he was short, tall, had gray hair or black hair, a long nose. It changes every time. But I need to tell you something that may be hard to hear. None of those descriptions are correct, not even close. Jesus appeared to me in spirit inside a Catholic church, and I begged him to show me his face. But he gently said to me, "Heaven's laws do not allow us to reveal ourselves to people on earth." Even though I didn't see Jesus in the flesh, I was still deeply curious, and through his clergy, who often spoke to me from heaven during those 2 sacred months, I was able to get a surprisingly clear sense of who he is. And here's what I can tell you. Jesus does not have Middle Eastern features. His beauty is beyond description, beyond any human comparison. None of the NDEs, none of those stories come close. At one point, I scoured the internet, searching every depiction of Jesus I could find, even the most handsome ones. But every time I showed them to him, his response was the same. Not even close. Some even say he looked like the character who plays Jesus in that popular series, the one millions have come to associate with his face. But that image, like the others, is not him. And again, he said not even close. Many people who claim to have seen Jesus describe him just like the image on the Shroud of Turin, that long face, narrow nose, soft beard. But here's the truth. That image is completely false. When I showed Jesus that Shroud of Turin picture, he was aghast. He was disgusted that people thought it was him, and he made it very clear, that is not me. Jesus also revealed something most people don't know. Nothing from his crucifixion was preserved. Not his face, not his body, nothing. So when people say their vision of Jesus matches that image, know this, it wasn't him. Jesus told me directly, no one on earth has ever seen his real face. Jesus does not want his features revealed. He wants to keep it that way. Even though he would visit me daily for almost 2 months, I would ask him almost every day to show me his face, but he said he had to abide by the laws. I was still curious, so I finally had some description from his clergy who would frequently talk to me. This is all I am allowed to say. He is nothing like what the world thinks. He is very good-looking than anyone in heaven, more powerful, and more mysterious than anything we've ever been shown. His looks are mesmerizing. I can't reveal his height, the color of his hair or eyes. The impression I got is, he is aware of his good looks, but he remains humble. One thing for certain, I was told, there is nothing at all Middle Eastern about him as many tend to believe. Now, for those who believe they saw Jesus during a near-death experience, I have to say this with love and urgency. Jesus told me, those encounters were staged. What you saw, what you thought was him, was a deception. The devil has been granted permission to roam the earth, and he's using it to full effect, deceiving millions right now through false visions, staged NDEs, and fake revelations. Jesus told me directly, most people think the devil cannot deceive them while they're still on earth, but he's making the best use of that belief. Let that sink in. This is why it matters. It doesn't work with Jesus that way. He and the Holy Spirit are very disciplined. They tolerate no sin. I know it from my own experience after sending me to confession over and over again. When people promote these NDE stories on their channels, they help the devil's agenda. I understand people sincerely feel they met Jesus. They are happy to share these stories. It encourages the devil to deceive more people, even without you realizing it. The face of Jesus they saw was constantly changing in every story, and that's why I'm sharing what Jesus told me, directly. Those encounters were staged. What you saw, what you thought was him, was a deception. He told me he has never appeared in flesh to anyone in an NDE. Heaven does not allow it for him or anyone in heaven to reveal themselves. So if you think you saw Jesus in your NDE, you didn't. That's the devil, and he's perfected his illusion. So, here is the conclusion. Once again, Jesus' beauty is beyond description, beyond any human comparison. According to his clergy, Jesus is unmistakably breathtaking to behold. No one in heaven looks like him.